Today, 2 local high schools look to advance to the semifinal round of Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. Who will advance past this quarterfinal matchup? Will it be Gavit or Wheeler? We will find out soon. We're just moments away from this quarterfinal edition of Making the Grade.
From safer communities to admirable performances, we power Northern Indiana so you can do what moves you.
This is season number 8 of Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. I'm your host, Andy Schultz, and today 8 of the best and brightest students in all of Northwest Indiana look to advance into the semifinal round of our competition. This is a quarterfinal match. Both these teams 1-0. Well, what's at stake in this tournament? The champion receives the coveted Making the Grade Championship trophy, as well as scholarship money provided by NIPSCO. Who will advance to the semis? Will it be Gavit or Wheeler? We will find out shortly. We'll also have a chance to meet our contestants a little bit later in the show. Before then, let's get some points on the board. Play our first round. It's called Question and Answer. Pretty simple. I give the questions, you give the answers. 5 points for a correct response. No penalty for an incorrect response. We'll just give the other team a chance at those 5 points. Everybody's ready to play the game? Great, let's do it. Hands on buzzers. 5-point clue. First one of the game coming your way. His concentrating on the communists allowed Japan to take over his native land. Name this general who, after World War II, lost China to the communists and moved his base to Taiwan. That was Chiang Kai-shek. Another 5-point clue coming for everybody here. Give the 3-word collective term for the column in the periodic table that includes barium, strontium, beryllium, calcium, and magnesium. Those are classified as alkali earth metals. Here's another 5-pointer. Hands on buzzers, everybody's in. In music, which type of note, when written, looks like a quarter note with 2 extra flags? Abby from Wheeler.
A 16th note.
16th note is correct, and the Bearcats on the board first with a 5er. In 1898, the Washington Post newspaper published a cartoon about the Spanish-American War that had what 3-word caption? That cartoon was called, it said, "Remember the Maine." It was right next to Garfield. That's not even funny. That's just dumb. Don't laugh at that. That's not funny. All right, here we go. Wow. Okay, 5-point clue coming your way. Name the Anna Sewell story, published just 5 months before her death in 1878, that is subtitled "The Autobiography of a Horse." Marcos from Wheeler.
Secretariat.
That is not Secretariat. Gavit? Ira.
The Black Horse?
I'm sorry?
The Black Horse?
It is not the Black Horse. It was actually Black Beauty. Oh, no. No points awarded. You're on the right track, Ira. I thought you had it. That's all right. No worries. Here we go. Another 5-point clue. Everybody's in. Give the word starting with C that is a fancy term for a bruise received during a game. Marcos from Wheeler.
Contusion.
That is correct. Contusion starts with C. 5 points for Wheeler, and you're up to 10. Here's another. Between 1720 and 1733, 3 members of the Calvert family governed which of the 13 original colonies? In time? Nope. Sorry, Marcos, that was Maryland they were looking for. Is that what you're going to say? Okay, well, there you go. No worries then. Okay, another 5-point clue. This city turned its zoo into an eco park after the zoo's polar bears died from its summer heat in December and January. Name this largest city in Argentina. Iris from Gavit.
Buenos Aires.
That is correct. Buenos Aires for 5 points for Gavit. You thought it was a question about zoos. It was not. All right. Another 5-point clue for everybody here. Name the type of organism defined by the CDC as an organism that lives on or in a host and gets its food from or at the expense of its host. Brendan from Gavit.
Parasite.
Parasite, that's correct. The friend that always mooches money from you is a parasite as well. 5 more points for Gavit. We're tied. Any yellow road sign indicating a railroad crossing ahead is always what shape? Ira from Gavit.
A circle.
Circle is correct. They are circular signs, not to be confused with the X that's at the crossing. 5 points for Gavit, and we continue on. In myth, examples of this object include one used in battle by Hercules against Ares. Identify this item of armor used to block sword or club thrusts that would otherwise damage organs. Abby from Wheeler.
A shield.
Shield is correct. 5 points. Simple enough there for the Bearcats, and we're tied. In 1872, who was the first woman to officially run for U.S. president? That was Victoria Woodhull, 1872. Quite a while ago. Duh, they say. All right, well, I didn't know it either. Okay, here we go. 5-point clue. Give the 7-letter adjective for the type of exercise, often called cardio, that makes your heart and lungs work faster than usual, but is slow enough. Iris from Gavit.
Aerobic.
Aerobic is correct. That's a 7-letter adjective. 5 points ends the round for Gavit, and they lead by that number as well after this first round of play. Let's put a bookmark in the game, pause, and take a moment to meet the contestants. Let's do that now. We're on the Gavit side talking to Brendan, senior at Gavit, and you're a part of the mock trial squad, you're a part of Academic Super Bowl, and you're interested in mythology. We've had a couple of mythology questions already. Are you ready to buzz in for them?
Yeah, of course.
Is there like an area of mythology that is more interesting for you?
Well, I really do like the Greek pantheon, but I'm also knowledgeable about the Norse pantheon, the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon, the Hindu pantheon, and the Chinese and Japanese pantheon.
Gotcha. This is a sign. This is everything going over my head. That's good, Brendan. Thank you very much, and glad you're here. Good to meet you. Good luck the rest of the game. Iris is a senior at Gavit as well, part of track, cross country, Super Bowl, Spell Bowl, Science Olympiad, pretty much anything. And, interestingly enough, your favorite animal is a cockatiel. So which is the most important thing about you out of everything I just read?
Definitely the cockatiel. I have like a whole fleet of them.
Yeah. How many do you have? Do you know?
I used to have 12, but it dwindled.
All right. Do they ever like fly in a shape around the room? Or
Of course.
do they? I don't think you're telling the truth. I don't think that's. Iris, glad you're here. Good to meet you. Dallas is a senior from Gavit. You enjoy playing games, collecting cards. Your favorite movie is Jurassic Park.
Oh, of course.
What do you like about Jurassic Park?
Everything, especially the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
All about it.
All right, what about the part where he eats the lawyer? Is that you as a future accountant? You told us in the last episode you want to be an accountant. So you
Yes. I mean, you know, I could be that person. I could be that guy one day.
could be.
Could be that guy.
Yeah, you could.
Could be sitting on the
You
toilet,
very
getting
well
eaten by a
could.
T-Rex.
That's right. Thanks, Dallas. Glad you're here. Good to meet you. Good luck the rest of the game. Ira's a senior at Gavit, part of Academic Super Bowl, Spell Bowl, Science Olympiad, and your favorite animal is a penguin.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like about penguins?
They're just so cute, and I actually have like a collection of just penguin stuffed toys.
Sure.
And I have a bunch of socks too, and like clothing.
What's the best way to walk on ice in the winter?
I mean, waddle it out.
Like a like a penguin. That's right, Ira. Very good. Well, good to see all of you. Good luck the rest of the game. Gavit is coached by Ann Melby Morrison. Now we're on the Wheeler side. This is Marcos, a senior. You enjoy collecting rocks, flying drones. Which of those do you spend more time on?
Well, spent the past few months getting rocks, so.
Rocks don't go very far.
No, they
You don't
don't.
have to worry about crashing.
Yeah, well, my drone did crash, so
not
I'm
good.
out of luck there.
All right, all right.
Maybe I'll get one this summer.
You're student council president as well?
I am.
Good honor. Do you
Absolutely.
ever want to go into any sort of politics? Or
Yeah, if you want to make me president one day, absolutely.
a little work to be done between now and then?
A
but
little,
sure.
just a little bit.
You're getting there. You're like halfway there.
Halfway, for sure.
Marcos, good to see you again. And Rachel is a senior at Wheeler. Cross country and swimming. Which of those two? You like being in the water or moving quickly on the land?
I liked being on land until I started just getting bad at it, so I'd say swimming.
Bad at it. All right, well, so swimming. So, like, what are your events? Are you a sprinter or long distance? What do you like to do?
I do a lot of everything, but my coach likes to put me in the two most horrible events, which are the 200 IM and the 500 free in the same.
200 IM, which is like all the different strokes, right?
Yeah, and then the 500 free is 20 laps.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's so fun.
I'm not interested in that aerobic exercise. Definitely not at all. Rachel, good to see you. Good luck the rest of the game to both of you. Delaney, a senior at Wheeler and a member of the National Honor Society, the Key Club, and you play soccer and basketball as well, right?
Yes.
So those seasons, they don't overlap too much. Which one do you enjoy more?
I enjoyed both of them. For soccer, we made it to state, but we were runners-up.
Okay.
But I like soccer and basketball both for different reasons.
Sure, sure. And you're a fan of the U.S. Women's National Team?
I am, yes.
Solo and company. And so who's your favorite player?
Tobin Heath.
All right, awesome. They're off to a decent kind of non-World Cup season going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Good, good. Some good friendlies going on. Well, good luck the rest of the game. Abby is a senior at Wheeler as well. And interestingly enough, your elbows are double jointed.
Yes.
So is that like a trick you do to show
Well,
to like gross people out, or?
I mean, it just
You're
like
gonna do it. This is good.
it just like happens,
Yeah.
you know, and like it just like my elbow, just like I don't know. Sometimes people see it and they're like,
Elbows-
oh my gosh,
yeah.
like what are you doing? Stop! But
Right.
it just happens. I can't help
You
it.
can make a lot of money, like
Yeah,
daring
hopefully.
people to bet you that you can't do that, and
That'd
then you
be
do it
nice.
and gross them out, and then you make
Yeah.
some money. That's good. And you like Shark Week.
I do.
All right, so just because it's just fun, or like you really want to be around sharks at some point?
I feel like I would love to be around sharks, but I get like motion sickness, so
Sure.
like I can't do the whole boat thing. But if I could, I would love to like go out there and like search for like the monsters,
Yeah.
sharks. But
You know they have teeth, right?
yeah, they do
Okay,
have
good.
teeth.
Sure. Well, good luck to the Wheeler team the rest of the way. They are coached by Dan Kenning. All right. I like these teams. This is fun. I'm having a good time here. This is a great episode. All right, not that they're all good, but this one is, I'm just having a lot of fun up here. All right, next round of play, we're gonna continue on in the game. 5 points apiece, 4 correct responses. We call this round Pop Quiz. It's everybody's least favorite round because we spring a quiz on you, something you may or may not have studied before, but it's worth 5 points if you answer correctly. It's a one-on-one competition, so it'll be Abby and Ira, Dallas and Delaney, Rachel and Iris, Brendan versus Marcos, and then we'll cycle back around again. You know how the game's played. You're all 1-0 up to this point. Here we go. 5-point clue, or sorry, in this round, the pop quiz round. Here we go. Ira, Abby, for you. Name the Hispanic author of the novel The House on Mango Street. Ira from Gavit.
Cisneros.
That is correct. Sandra Cisneros for 5 points for Gavit, and you're up to 25. Dallas and Delaney, here we go. You know how the game is played. What U.S. states' second and third largest cities by population are Casper and Laramie? That is Wyoming. Not too far from Seattle. Rachel and Iris. That's an allusion to another episode. Anyways, you'll have to go back and watch it. Rachel and Iris, for you. What cardinal lost his power in King Henry VIII's court when he couldn't convince the Pope to let Henry divorce his first wife? Rachel from Wheeler.
Henry V?
Not Henry V? Iris?
Robert Lewis.
It was not Robert Lewis. It was Thomas Wolsey. Right? Everybody had that. I didn't. Brendan, Marcos, for you. Name the astronomical object whose light blinks on and off at a consistent frequency and is defined by NASA as a rotating neutron star. Brendan from Gavit.
I was gonna say neutron star. I don't have an answer.
That's all right. Marcos, want to take a shot?
A supernova.
It is not a supernova. They call that a pulsar. Abby and Ira, this one's for you. This Frenchman's 1832 trip to North Africa came after 8 years in which he painted all of his large-scale masterpieces. Name this artist of The Massacre at Chios and The Bark of Dante. Eugene Delacroix. Right, I know, everybody, right? Dallas, Delaney, here we go, another 5-pointer for you. What term for adding impurities to a pure silicon wafer to change its conducting properties also describes what an athlete is doing by taking unallowed drugs? Is unallowed a word? Let's write it on the card. They call that doping. Disallowed is what I would have said. Iris and Rachel, this one's for you. According to the Indiana Department of Agriculture, all right, close to home, what vegetable generates more of the state's agriculture revenue each year than any other crop? Iris from Gavit.
Corn.
Corn is correct. There's more than corn in Indiana, though. 5 more points for Gavit. Brendan and Marcos, for you. Name the American photographer whose picture called Moonrise, Hernandez, New Mexico, is as famous as his black and white photos of Yosemite National Park. You have to check out the works of Ansel Adams. Ira and Abby, back to you. Name the French city whose Palace of the Popes housed leaders of the Roman Catholic Church as a result of the church's 14th century schism. Abby from Wheeler.
Avignon.
That is correct, Avignon. 5 points for Wheeler. You're back on the board. You trail by 10. Dallas, Delaney for you. Moby Dick author Herman Melville created a work called Battle Pieces and Aspects of the War, which is a collection of what about the Civil War? That's a book of poetry. Iris and Rachel, this one's for you. In rotational motion, angular acceleration is usually represented by what Greek letter? Iris from Gavit.
Wavelength.
It is not wavelength. Rachel? Omega. It is not omega. That's a Greek letter, but it's not that one. It's alpha. Good for alpha. And that's the end of our second round of play. Gavit holding on to a 10-point lead, but those leads can either expand or diminish pretty quickly, as you guys know in this next round. We call it Class Project. I will give 3 clues that all point toward one answer. You can work with each other on this one, not like the last round. That was solo work. But if you want to talk to each other, you're welcome to here. Those 3 clues all point toward one. If you give me the correct response after the first clue, it's worth 30 points. After 2 clues, it's worth 20. And after all 3 clues, it's worth 10 points. The first one's a little more vague, which is why it's worth 30. All right, everybody's in. Hands on buzzers. 30-point clue. Social studies is the general area here. It describes a walled and reinforced fortress built around the city of Smolensk in the Middle Ages to keep out invaders. Marcos from Wheeler.
A fortress?
Not fortress. Gavit? Here's your 20-point clue, same answer. This 7-letter word that comes to English from this is, I'm going to correct the way that this is written. This is a 7-letter word that comes to English from Russian. Ten-point clue. This word describes both the same kind of fortress in downtown Moscow and the set of government buildings where Russia's national leaders do their work. Vladimir Putin is a part of the Kremlin. Heard the term?
I would never have
That's all right. All right. Kind of a funny term. All right. New clues. 3 of them pointing toward one answer. This is on the science side of things, 30-pointer. Here we go. The vaccine for hepatitis B was created by a technique involving this type of DNA. $20-point clue. This type of DNA can be made by injecting DNA into a bacteria, a phage, or some other living organism. Brendan, you were in time. Go ahead.
Is it virus?
It's not virus. We're out of time on that particular clue. All right, here's your 10-pointer here. This specific type of DNA is sometimes called chimeric because it is created by joining 2 different pieces of DNA together. In time? Marcos, get in there.
Synthetic DNA?
Yeah, you're in. Go ahead, Marcos.
Synthetic DNA?
It is not synthetic DNA. Sorry. Recombinant DNA was the answer there. Sorry, guys. No points awarded. Here's your next 3 clues, all pointed toward one answer. This is a literature question. 30-pointer. A man in this novel is reported to the authorities by his wife Mildred for hoarding books. Rachel from Wheeler.
Fahrenheit 451.
Yes, the temperature at which books burn. That's right, 30 points for Wheeler, and you jump into the lead, 52-30, as we reach the end of our third round of play. And as I mentioned, they took the lead, now ahead by 20. Points aplenty in our final round, though. It's called Final Exam. Take a look at the board. You will see 6 categories, each category containing 5 questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points respectively. We'll take the questions in that order. The team that last answered correctly is the one that will control the board in this round, except for the first choice, which belongs to Gavit, because you trail after that last positive Wheeler response. So, which 10-point clue do you want to start with, Gavit?
Literature for 10.
Literature, 10-point clue in that category, kicks off the round. The title character of this horror novel by Stephen King is a 1958 Plymouth Fury that kills people. Brendan from Gavit.
It?
No, it is not it. Although it is horrifying, and clowns are also horrifying. Christine was the name of the novel. I think a movie as well. Gavit.
Literature for 15.
Literature for 15. This Greek god of shepherd and hunters was half man and half goat and often played a reed flute. Brendan from Gavit.
Is it Pan?
Pan is correct. 15 for Gavit. You trail by 5. You control the board.
We'll go for recent events for 10.
Recent events for 10. This Asian country set its clocks 30 minutes back to create its own time zone, which may cause a similar reaction in its neighbor to the south. Ira from Gavit.
Korea?
I'm sorry?
Korea?
I cannot accept Korea. Marcos from Wheeler.
North Korea.
I can't accept North Korea. Yes, that is correct. Sorry about that. Needed both words, Ira. 10 points for Wheeler. You control the board. What would you like to do?
Let's do social studies 10.
Social studies, 10-point clue there. Abel Tasman, the first European to see New Zealand, who later had Australia's state of Tasmania named for him, was an explorer from this European country. Marcos from Wheeler.
Portugal.
It is not Portugal. Gavit?
Can you repeat the question?
He, in time? So close.
Let's say Spain.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Spain?
It is not Spain, sorry. Looking for Holland or the Netherlands. I believe Wheeler in control of the board.
Let's stay there.
Stay there. It's social studies, correct? 15. In 1959, this man-made body of water was opened that connects Chicago with the Atlantic Ocean. Rachel from Wheeler.
Hudson Bay.
It is not Hudson Bay. Gavit? Iris.
Lake Michigan.
It is not Lake Michigan. It is the St. Lawrence Seaway. Wheeler.
Can we stay there?
Social studies, 20. The Compromise of 1850 was actually a package of this number of separate laws. Marcos from Wheeler.
3.
It was not 3. Gavit? Ira.
5.
5 is correct. Is that a guess?
Yep.
It was a good one. 20 points for Gavit, and you control the board, and you have the lead.
Where do you guys want to go? 10.
2 minutes to go in the game.
Literature. Recent events for 15.
Sure.
Recent events. 15. The rover Curiosity, exploring this planet, recently found Ira from Gavit.
Mars?
Mars is correct. Tritomite was the name of the mineral they found. 15 more for Gavit. Your board.
We'll go for scientists, 10.
Scientists for 10. This constant, named for an American astronomer, equals 73.2 kilometers per second per megaparsec. That's called the Hubble constant. Gavit.
Supreme Court, 10.
Supreme Court, 10 points there. She was appointed by Ronald Reagan as the court's first female justice. Ira from Gavit.
Sonia Sotomayor?
It is not Sotomayor. Wheeler? That was Sandra Day O'Connor. Gavit.
Scientists, 15.
Scientists, yes, 15, sorry about that. 1 minute to go in the game. Scientists in the Entomological Society of America study these creatures. Iris from Gavit.
Insects?
Insects, yes, 15 more for Gavit. You control the board, you're up to 95.
We'll go for music, 10.
Music for 10. A cornet, commonly called a trumpet in school bands, has 3 of these objects that are usually pushed down. Marcos from Wheeler.
Valves.
Valves, he must play the trumpet. 10 points for Wheeler. You control the board.
Social studies 25.
Social studies, 25. This Pacific Islands visitor website mentions its Chamorro culture and that it was the only U.S. possession occupied by Japan during World War II. Marcos from Wheeler.
The Philippines.
It is not the Philippines. Gavit. Ira.
Malaysia.
Not Malaysia. That was Guam. Wheeler.
Social studies 30.
Social studies, 30. It's a big one. In 1964, Hillary Clinton campaigned for this Republican who ran against Lyndon Johnson for president, but lost. Marcos from Wheeler.
Goldstein.
It is not Goldstein. I'll finish it for Gavit, but lost 49 states. Dallas.
Donald Trump.
It is not Donald Trump. Barry Goldwater. Sorry, Marcos, close, but that is the end of our game by a score of 95 to 70. Gavit will advance to our semifinal round in a great game and an entertaining one played by both teams. Thanks so much for the fun and a great time here on Making the Grade. We will see you next time.
From safer communities to admirable performances, we power Northern Indiana, so you can do what moves you.